philosophy is an odd thing. When we use the word in everyday speech, you sometimes hear it hilariously. They say, it's never good to be late, that's my philosophy. You think it's a generous ascription of that rather dull precept to call it a philosophy. But it's odd how philosophers, generally speaking, at least the ones I've read or the ones I value, don't have, in that sense, a philosophy. There is no particular Socratic or Nietzschean or Kantian way to live your life. They don't offer ethical codes and standards by which to live your life. They don't offer a philosophy to follow. They just simply raise an enormous number of questions, mostly. So in the sense that you put the question, is there a philosopher that's important to me? Well, I loved really the sort of Bertrand Russell grand sort of tour of philosophy, the history of philosophy from the pre-Socratics, as they're called, Zeno and so on, through to Socrates and Plato and Aristotle. I never quite liked Aristotle. I think that's partly, although he was obviously a genius and brilliant, and he invented logic, so what's not to like? I think it was his influence on the medieval mind was probably rather pernicious and unfortunate, and all those categories and things. But when it opened up with, I suppose, Spinoza but then Kant really in the Enlightenment era. Oh, and actually Locke, I did like Locke. He was a fine philosopher. But they don't, what's so great about them is that they just, they're quite scary when you think of the word philosopher, and especially if it's logic and symbolic logic, and you get onto Hegelian philosophy. It's incredibly difficult to read, I find, and you follow for about, it's like trying to grab a salmon, the harder you clutch at it, the more it slips out of your hand, and whoa, it's gone, and you chase it again, and what was that? And you feel very stupid. But I think the beauty of questioning and simplicity that you get from Kant in particular, I think, is just amazing, because it's like they say of simple mathematical laws, that make fractals. The tiniest little elegant observation about or question about something just spins out these immensely complex things that make you rethink everything. So yes, I think philosophy is a really important dimension, but I think in our age we tend to be rather sloppy about it.